So our whole plan is based on where my elbow is, okay? Is the light from the windows kind of blurred out, or should it be on the other
I think it
side?
looks okay, but I can rotate if.
Whichever, that's fine. So where my elbow is kind of tells me which escapes I'm going to work. If my elbow's inside here, it's one thing. If my arm's out, or not so much my elbow, but my arm position, okay, my arm position. My arm's inside, it's inside between his arms, or it's outside, right? Or my third is elbow down. Okay, if I can get my elbow down, I'm going to use different escapes than if my elbow's up in play here, okay? Starting from our middle position here, arm inside here, okay? I'm going to start off with an A-frame, okay? I'm going to frame here. The more he squeezes, the more pressure goes on his neck, all right? Now, from the A-frame here, one of the best things to do is to shrimp out and pinch his head between my legs here. Okay? Now, I'm putting him on the defense already by squeezing with my legs. He's got to defend that. Okay? But I'm also isolating this arm. So depending on which way he goes, I can get, if I get quickly, if I get what I like to, you can get it this way, but it's easier for him to defend because of the angle on my top leg. If my top leg is in front, then it's harder for him to duck under that front leg. It's a game of inches there, but it makes a difference for finishing with this. And ideally, I want his neck right between my knees. Okay? Getting his neck right between my knees opens up some space here, so he may try a couple different escapes. He can bring his arm inside, arm inside between my legs, trying to escape, all right? And he may go a number of different ways, all right? If he turns into me, his shoulder is staying down, then I tend to switch off to the Kimura grip and come up and finish with the Kimura either from here or from north-south. Pinching, but I'm still pinching the head, I'm still controlling the head, okay? If he tries to go the other way, he tries to roll away the other way, this brings space back here, and I can bring my knee in and transition to the arm lock. Here. The shin shake version, shin in. Okay? So once more. We're here, my arm's inside. Alright? I A-frame with my outside arm. Look, if I put this arm across, it puts me flatter on the back and gives me less leverage. So I want my outside arm across the neck where I can still come up on my side here a little bit. Now, I don't start reaching with my legs from here. I'm going to shrimp out and pinch the head. Top leg in front, going straight for the choke right away. He's got a free hand. He's going to try to defend this. Okay? If he rolls away, then I stay up on this Kimura and I finish it from either north-south or side control of the leg over. And if he rolls towards me, or if he rolls away, right, that leaves space back here. The shoulder's coming off. My knee can come up through, and I transition to the arm lock. You see? Yes, sir. Marco? Or yeah, tell me that's fine. Okay, so we start here, arm inside. He's controlling my arm. He doesn't want me to put my elbow down. Arm comes across. I make an A-frame. If the harder he squeezes me, the more pressure. You feel how that pressure? He's pulling the more pressure into his neck. Okay, shrimp out. Bring the leg up. Top leg in front. Try to pinch the neck right between the knees. Okay, if I don't get the submission, he's going to defend it. Right? He's going to bring that hand inside usually and try to beat it. If he rolls away, I'm going to stay right here on the arm and get my Kimura. Okay? If he starts rolling, I'm sorry, if he rolls towards me, then I stay up on that arm. If he rolls away, then my knee can come through and I can get the arm bar. If he rolls towards or back, I can do the Kimura either way. Does that make sense? But if he starts rolling away, I can depends on where you feel better, where your base is, where your knees are. Okay, if he's here, a lot of times guys will defend here by trying to climb up on the leg. He'll kind of scoot back on my leg, right? He'll put a lot of pressure on my leg. So when he does this, and he's trying to break this, now when he turns to go away or whatever, now there's room for the leg to come through as well. Okay, so he can be turning, or he can be bridging up, trying to come up on the leg, and it actually gives me space to bring the leg through. Check?
Sir.
Any questions? So we've got our A-frame, to the leg scissor choke, to the kimura, to the shin and arm lock. Okay?
Sir.
Generally wanting to get to here, one of my goals is to try to get this elbow to the ground. Okay? If I can get my elbow to the ground, then that starts making me space and it gives me some other options. Okay? Generally from here, with my elbow to the ground, I've got 3 routes I'm going to try to take. Okay? If he's loose here, if this arm is loose and he's not really cranking down on me, right, then I'm just going to come to my knees and come out the back. Okay? It's a lot of leverage on his arm, right? For him to be holding on to my head while I'm coming out the back here with shoulder pressure on him, it's hard for him to do. Okay? Elbow down. If this isn't tight, I recognize it, or he can be grabbing a little bit, but if I don't feel like it's real tight, look, what do I do here?
Hip heist.
Kind of in place hip heist, come to my knees, now I'm putting a lot of pressure on him and his arm, and I come out to the back. Okay? Now, if he's tighter, okay, if he's tighter on me here, okay, I'm going to walk in, I'm going to hook the leg, okay, and make the hook. If I can reach under here and go to holding the lapel, then that gives me more leverage. Now I can peel him back, come out, and take the back from here. Okay? Okay. So now if I start, so if it's loose and I can just get to my knees, I come to my knees. If I can't quite get there, and he's got a good wide base, then I start sucking these feet up and grab that. Now, if he hides his feet from me, right, if he brings this leg forward to avoid me hooking it, okay, what he's done here is he's made for a hole behind him. So I can shrimp out, right? I need to make space, but he's got no base behind him right now. I'm his base. If I'm trying to get this, see guys will bring this up here. So when that happens and I'm doing this, right away I'll transition, I'll grab onto something here, my elbow's down, and I can do this at any time, but this is the best place to work it from because I've got the space here. As soon as this leg comes back, I shrimp, I open that up, and I put him in the hole. Okay, I can do that from here as well, right? My A-frame, if I'm trying to get this stuff here, right, I can open this up and put him in the hole. All this stuff is connected, okay? So none of this exists in a vacuum. I'm showing you a couple of starter points based off of some posture things, and then you're going to connect them as you need to based on how he defends. You see? Okay, so once again, I really want to get this elbow down. I'm going to shrimp, and fight to get this elbow down. Now, we have those, if I could do this all the time, this is pretty much what I would do because it's dominant. But some guys, they get a hold of that sleeve and they won't let it go, right? So I got to have other things. That's when we switch off, right? That's when we switch off to this game here. And again, I can sit up, put them in the hole, okay? But if I do get my elbow down, okay, number one thing, and I like to reach around here and grab this lapel right away. So when I have this elbow down, if I can get a hold of this lapel, it's strong for me. Now, he's not really tight on my head here. Okay, so I'm gonna come to my knees and see how that puts a lot of pressure on that arm. Makes it pretty uncomfortable and hard to control, and I come out to the back. If he's a little bit tighter on my head, I'm gonna need a little bit of extra leverage. Okay, so I get a hold of what I can get under here, and then I hook the leg. Okay, I suck that leg up into it. Now, I like to scoot under him and actually move him, because now he's feeling really vulnerable. Look, what am I doing here?
Feeding the lapel?
Well, I'm already setting up my choke from the back, so that when I get there, I'm on it. In that transition, I'm setting up the choke. Check?
Sir.
Now, I get my elbow down, but he's too tight for me to just come out the back. And I'm trying to grab this, but he brings his leg up to hide it. Now there's this big hole right here where he's got no base. Okay? And I come up controlling, and I can go to attack the arm, control the far elbow to keep him from rolling away, or if I want him to roll away, he rolls away. I have my near hook, and I take the back.
Sure.
Good to go. A lot of information, but we got to get through it with all the other stuff we've been doing this week.
Right, yes, sir.
So now my arms to the outside here, right? My hands all the way to the outside. One of the things that this does, it's hard for me to get my elbow down. I can't get that other hand in locked down with that elbow. Now I can't get that other hand in for this, right? But what I can do is start controlling around the body, okay? When I can control around the body, that gives me some leverage. So I'm going to walk into him, control the body, right? I want to get my legs up next to his legs. Now I'm going to bridge up on my near shoulder over to my far shoulder. I bump up into him, right? At which point he's going to kind of push back into me, and then I go over my shoulders to the side here. Okay? And again, I can control the far elbow, cross face, and come up into a very good position here for myself. Alright, so I can't get my elbow down, I can't get my cross face, so I grip and I get my legs next to his legs here, roll up into him. Okay, now I'm going to bump up into him to make space, but he's got to push back into me to keep me straight. Now I go up and over on my shoulders. Look, control that elbow so it can't roll away. Come up and cross face, and I'm isolating this arm as well. Okay? So I can move it into an attacking position, or let him get this arm away and come up and take the back like we were doing before. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Now, the other thing that happens here, remember, none of these things exist in a vacuum, right? So when I am here, if I bump up into him, right, and he doesn't give me the base, if he doesn't want me to come back this way, he's got to base down. Now off of this bump, I can get my elbow down. Okay? Get my elbow down and transition. Tony, please. So, it's got my arm trapped. Can't get my arm down to get my elbow down. I only have the one hand. I don't have the reinforcement, so this isn't as strong. Okay? I get up close to my legs, trap around the body. I can palm to palm or over, however I need to get, or if he's really big, fingertip to fingertip, right? Or grab my wrist. Right? Now I bump up into him. Right? See if he's got him. Yeah, he doesn't want to lose his base. Now I go up and over on my shoulders. He's very light. Control, cross face, and I can kind of pick and choose where I want to go depending on where he turns, okay? Good to go? Sure. Okay. But what I'm actually, because his weight's on top of me, what I'm actually doing is this up on my shoulders. See, so this keeps his weight up here and keeps my hips able to make some leverage here. Okay, so I'm trying to roll up and over on my shoulders and not be flat on my back. Can everybody see that? Good to go? All
Sir.
right, let's do it.